than that, but purely on the basis that it's in the UK.
Well, yes, I mean, she'd be well and truly used to the speed of these greens and also playing in conditions such as this.
Yes, we'll be very alien to Jo in many ways. Been here long enough to practice though, and bowlers have to adapt. It's the same when the UK players go down to the Southern Hemisphere.
Natalie, a little bit of a tighter line. She probably will need a little luck.
Well, that's a very loose 3 balls. Nothing particularly close here.
Jo will be trying to make this ball count, put the pressure right on Natalie.
Played it really well. Well, I just wonder sometimes, you know, a 4 down, though, I was just going to say a ball there is a bad ball because Natalie will be reaching this to give it a chance. But with 4 down, she should be just drawing. She'll not be attacking it. Certainly looks better with this, but it's just drifting off. I think this is going to be 4 shots to the Kiwi. 4 really poor balls for the defending champion. Just confirmation from Fiona Kerr required. There it is, 4 shots. A little bit of a battle there with the little lollipops. Well, she's showing 3 actually.
Here's that last bowl of Jo's coming in. Just a little touch on the jack.
I just wonder if that made a difference for the last one. We thought it was 4, but we'll check that. Well, that's interesting. It's gone on the board as 7-0, but she definitely indicated 3.
Well, I think she had it open at 4 and had a little trouble holding it open, I think. I think they slipped back together. Great opening ball from Jo Edwards again. Looks like a good track from Natalie.
This is more like it.
Much better ball. That's more what we expect to see from this young lady.
Oh, sorry. Get up.
Jo Edwards, track looks good.
Change of hand, played it well. Just sneaking in. 20 years between these 2 players. Jo Edwards says he's been around a long time. Used that time very, very well in terms of gaining experience and winning titles. Natalie, relatively new onto the scene in the last 4 years, but she made a massive impact when she won in Delhi.
I think Jo would like to finish a little behind with this one.
Yes.
Natalie coming up to have a look. It's John McGuinness, who's in the England team, originally from Limavady in Northern Ireland. Moved across to study. There you go, there he is. I played against John. He's a really nice guy.
Natalie's last ball only just missed contact on her own short bowl.
It's interesting she's walking up after her second bowl because I think she's going to use the time to settle herself, to slow the game down a little bit. Wise thing to do.
A little bit across the head, but she may get a bit of luck here.
Oh, she has. Goodness me. That certainly wasn't what she was trying for. Not when there's another bowl there beside it. England management. A little clap there. Bit fortuitous to come in on her own bowl. If she had played it on the backhand, I think it would have been understandable, but on the forehand she was going away from it.
Yes, I could see that on the floor. Yeah, very lucky. But still, the luck goes both ways in these matches.
Often it does.
She'll be looking to sit that shot through, but she's tight on this occasion.
Surprised she changed there. I thought she might have played it down the forehand for her own bowl or drop inside for Natalie's bowl. The only reason I'm saying that is because it's so hard to play those little runners. And it's almost easier to use a ball.
She probably had more percentages on the other side. She had a couple of options there. Push her own or sit Natalie's through, even a little back edge of the jack.
Yeah. Well, that would be frustrating for Jo Edwards. Natalie played one fortunate bowl there and ended up getting a single. But she's off the mark. And she's much better than this. We haven't seen her just yet on any sort of form. She'll move up the gears. I would suggest even if you're 5 or 6 shots up on this lady, you're not safe. Even if you're close to the 21. Seems to pull out the big balls at the right time.
Yeah, she certainly does.
Roll. Little bit.
Very, very close to a full-length jack. It's a better start.
Looks like it may pull up short.
I was going to say, it was such a tight line, it was hard to tell. She does play across herself on the backhand. That holds the ball up for a long time. You'll see it on the delivery.
Natalie looking like she has a nice line. Will it reach?
Just watch this delivery. Come on. Yep. Definitely plays across herself just a little bit. That holds the ball up for a long period of time before the weight comes off and the bias takes effect.
Playing a much better line on this occasion.
The idea.
Anyways,
A ball usually starts to bend around between 2/3 and 3/4 of its way along the rink. But by playing across herself, it's definitely at the 3/4 stage before anything happens on her backhand.
bowl of Natalie's dropped in nicely on her own. May well be quite close for shot.
So 1 to red, according to the marker.
Yeah, that changes the after the second sec. Yeah.
Jo has that back bowl of Natalie's as a bit of a guide to draw to.
She doesn't want to flick the jack over to it though. Good effort. Just a little bit wider. Balls in the head. Always helps. Don't think it's going to change. One on the measure.
Line looking good. All depends on the weight now.
Again, she'll be reaching. And she is. Likes to give that last ball a chance, and just right too in these conditions. Should have rested her own ball. Could easily have dropped in for another one. And get nothing for short. This is wider and that will eat up the weight. Not sure if it's going to make the journey. Yes, that's the only thing that held her up. Pretty close though. Could be a double. Natalie's pushed off 2. That might be a 3 then. So the measure was obviously 1 to New Zealand. She's right to do that first. Maybe a little bit of rain's got in there and made that a little bit sticky on that tape. So it's going to be a different type of tape. I think that's in.
Looking like the 2.
Yeah, these 2 girls won't mess about. They'll get down there and measure, get it sorted. This level, never any real problems at all with regards to measures or players' attitude to other players measuring their shots.
No, I think this is always very competitive, but there's a lot of respect between these players.
There's a lot of respect at the highest level, there's no doubt about that. There really is. And just right too. Always get the odd one at club level though, where it's a bit of fun. So, we always tease 1 or 2 guys with the elastic measures in their bag.
Yeah, many of them can't quite get it straight, can they?
All a bit of fun.
Good opener from Jo. Natalie with a little work to do, but I have no doubt we'll see some good quality bowls from her as this match progresses. Good weight. Feeling both these players are still just searching a little bit, aren't they? I mean, Jo's got the upper hand, but she's still just searching a little bit for her line.
Well, the rain's just very, very light, but it's persistent. Really doesn't help the players at all. Jo not happy with this one. I can see why.
She'd be very happy that she did miss the check on that occasion.
There's the smile. As if to say, what am I doing? Don't go on the narrow line. Got a chance with this, coming off her own ball. Oh, just edged it too solid. Not solid enough, actually. Needed to hit it half ball. Got a quarter. She'll be more on the line this time because she's lying a couple of shots and really does not want to move that check. In fact, the way it's sitting, she's almost better going deep around her own ball.
I think she'd be happy if she could split those 3 bowls of Natalie's.
I'm not going to do it with this one. That's short. It's exactly what she didn't want. I think when you're playing Natalie, that you really don't want to have too many short bowls because she has a tendency to arrive with things. Better weight this time. Got a chance. It's drifting away. Dear me, she's having a bit of a nightmare at the moment.
Yeah, she is. Well, that definitely surprised me with the last one, with her 3 bowls behind, that she didn't give it a little bit of a better chance.
In fact, just checking how many was in that too, it was her last ball that actually saved 1 shot. Goodness me.
Sorry.
Well, Another double, 11-1 at the moment for the Kiwi. Not what we expected, but I'll tell you now, 11-1 is still not enough.
A long way to go in this match yet. And there's no restriction on time. And never have to worry about ends. You just, players keep going until somebody reaches that magic number.
Yes, 21. Some years ago it used to be 25 in singles. A lot of players thought that was an even better test than 21, but the UK's a normal would be 21 up in most tournaments. Would that be the same in Australia?
Well, we have a lot of events that are 25, but the majority of the men's events anyhow go to 31 up.
Yep, I played in 31 up in Australia. That tests you a little bit when you're playing 3 games in a day in that heat, but quite normal. We think that 21's a bit short.
Good opening ball for Natalie.
And she's still fighting with herself. Can't blame her. She's so much better than what we're seeing.
There's 21 up in the UK. It'd be quite short games.
Well, it varies. It all depends, you know. You can get them going over 3 hours sometimes. But it's just a normal, that's all. It's always been that way that I'm aware of, certainly since I've been playing. You're tougher down in the southern hemisphere playing to 31. That's all.
And 30 plus degrees.
Yeah, exactly. Got a chance for this. This is better now. There's another one in. And you hear the crowd reacting. A lot of England support here. Joe will continue to draw to this, try and get something close. Doesn't want to lose a big count. Won't mind if it's just a single. This one's struggling. Yep, going through. Now she could be in trouble.
Yes, puts some pressure on her for her final delivery. Natalie will try to make this one count.
Something about 6 or 8 inches in front would be good, but she's 2 meters away. Although even on an outdoor green, this pace, that's, well, it's not blocking things, but it's not helping. Difficulty for Jo is if she takes too much weight off, it's very easy to drop short. Well, that's a good effort. Certainly second at worst. Her best bowl. The marker thinks it's 1 red. There's not much in it. I think Natalie's wise to come up. At this moment in time, it's only an opinion of the marker.
That last bowl of Joe's just coming in and making a good measure out of it.
Natalie will see this very quickly and know who's lying the shot, and I think she'll think it's New Zealand because the marker's only an opinion, nothing more than that, and you learn very quickly how good they are looking at measures, and at the same time I think markers have to be a little bit careful to say if it's a measure. I think it's wise sometimes to say it's close and it's a measure.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. Anything that's, even if they favour one, it's better off telling the players that it is a measure, they can come down then and...
Yep, have a look. This is in the area, very close to getting the ball out with this. Oh, wrong side, my goodness. That whipped across, I didn't expect that.
It was looking like it was going to hold for that shot ball.
I think she knows if she's playing with that weight. I think it's definitely 1 to New Zealand.
Just missing. Oh.
It was looking good for Natalie, the first 2 balls. The third ball was very short. She didn't hammer home the advantage. And Jo With her last ball, got very close, but it's 12-1 now after 7 ends.
Joe keeping the mat reasonably well bat, probably about a 3/4 length end.
Well, I'd suggest the water's now starting to sink in a little bit. It's been on and off all day, and it will have an effect on the green eventually.
Good one of Natalie's coming in if it can keep rolling a little more, but pulling up quickly, which is what happens when the green does get a little soggy.
Oh, that's pushed out wide. Do well to get back with that one.
Depends on the weight now.
Well, the trouble is once you go out as wide as that, you really do need to have a lot of extra weight. So if you've weighted it for an inside line, there's no chance of getting close.
Natalie may just get past hers. Oh, giving it a nice nudge. Still nothing real close.
This is getting tough out there for them. This rain's starting to get a bit heavier, and Jo will be thinking to herself, keep this match going because I do not want to come off if it gets too heavy.
Well, Jo has the momentum, so she won't want to change that. She's played with better weight on this occasion.
Needs the jack to be sure. Yeah, good ball. Tucked in behind it. Natalie will follow that. England's pushed it out this time. The English players really struggling here. Be that far away with the third ball.
Jo on a similar line to her previous bowl. She has the same weight. And lovely bowls, Jo Edwards.
Oh, that's absolutely perfect. 2 deliveries.
This ball's about an inch. My ball's about 10 inches. Yes.
She may well run at this and try to get that jack out into the open. She does have one in behind.
Well, she's not far away with this one. 2 shots down. Is she going to get the back ball for second? Oh yes, she has.
And that's a good result for Natalie to cut that down to just one.
I don't think she could do much more with it.
No, I just thought perhaps with her first few opening bowls she may try something different.
Yeah, it's just to attack it, just to loosen the arm a little bit. You see she just missed the front one, got the second best. She had a back ball. It might have been worth having a go at because it was so difficult to get the shot out of it. She certainly needs to get hold of that jack and change things.
Well, sometimes by playing a different aggressive kind of a shot you can just loosens you up a little bit.
He's pretending to cry, but I'm not sure he's that far wrong at the moment. England camp will not be happy. But it's 21 up, not 14, and it's 13-1, so there's a long way to go. It's amazing what 2 or 3 ends can do. Joe knows that. You're always expecting in a match like this, players of this sort of calibre, that at some stage they're going to come back at you.
Well, that's right. Joe will know that she can't relax. She knows the level of player that Natalie is, and she wouldn't want to let her guard down, that's for sure, because Natalie can get onto this game at any time. It just takes a couple of good ends and her confidence will lift. Joe's just going to sit against her first bowl, about a metre short.
Chance here for Natalie to come into this. 2 short bowls by Joe Edwards.
It's looking better.
Yep, she's there with this one. Here it comes. What she needs to do, take advantage of a mistake.
Joe on her backhand will be looking to come just inside those wing bowls of Natalie. Perhaps sit the shot bowl.
Looks a bit heavy. Well, second shot.
Was a good effort, but just getting the wrong side of Natalie's bowl. Natalie has a good chance now that Jack is over in a slightly better position for her.
Well, she's struggling a little bit for weight, I think.
Maybe enough for second.
Yeah, I think it is too. I'm surprised Joe's not coming up to have a look at this.
The ball is half a ball short to Jack High.
Explaining the ball's just half a ball short of Jack High. It doesn't make the backhand very appealing to her. She might change the forehand here. Yep, she is.
She'll need to keep her ball fairly close to those front balls.
Not only that, but this dives away very quickly, this forehand, so she needs the extra weight to hold. There it goes now. See the way it dives in. That drop back, that might mean second shot. An extra yard on that, it would have been very good. Natalie's going to score at least one.
She's got her bowls to work off. If she can just come in, needs to let go now.
Not in that hand.
Not going to.
Once you're out, it's very, very hard to get back. Yep, just the one. Change of length required. Mat up the green, I would have thought. Well, she's going up with it, but not much. Only 3 or 4 meters.
Just a little bit across. No, a wee bit back.
Just making sure she has that
That's you.
mat centred in the middle of the rink.
I think Natalie thought that was pretty good, but the marker was there insisting on getting it absolutely perfect. And that's what the role of the marker is in this particular type of match. And it's important the mat is absolutely bang on because you're taking your line off it every time. So if it's even out by a couple of inches, it can make a dramatic difference. So good to see the marker doing that.
Yes, and certainly without lines on the green, painted on the green, it's good to have the marker's assistance. Joe, she looks like it may not reach, and a little bit tight as well. Has to let go. Natalie getting a little frustrated. I can understand why. She knows she can play a lot better than this.
Oh, she's staggering about in second gear for her. A few more gears to go, but at the moment it's a bit tough. Just not able to find it.
Joe struggling herself a little on this end, but managing to get closer with the last. Some chance here for Natalie. Looks good.
Looks like it's stopped in time. England team manager John Bell just watching. She's indicated one blue.
Not sure that Joe will turn from there in time. Oh, turning more than it looked like it was going to.
It's not reaching though. Don't think it hasn't changed any since that ball. I'm pretty certain it hasn't changed any.
Wouldn't be looking too good for Natalie. Joe's ball on either hand on the way in.
Well, yes, exactly. As she just has to drop inside the Kiwi ball.
She needs to miss
she's trying
it.
to get the shot away. Well, it may not be actually because she pushed it, but the ball seemed to fall back. Oh, she has. It's one to red. Joe, I'm surprised you're not going up to have a look at this. I think I would. Yep, there she is. Good move. Good move. I'd like to know exactly the situation in case she'll play this on the forehand instead of the back.
Here's our last bowl of Natalie's, just nudging Joe enough to give the shot away. A bit unlucky. I thought the weight was enough to draw shot.
Yes, it seemed to fall away, but then I noticed Natalie's reaction, and her reaction more or less said, I've made a mistake. England manager is standing just behind the rink. The women's manager, that is, Gail. Just had a little chat there with her and took her jacket. It's more for moral support than anything else. And what are you doing? What are you doing, Joe? Oh, I'm amazed she played that, to be honest. I think it's just the one. One confirmed. The rain's eased off a bit now, so the players are going to be a bit more comfortable.
And that could well make a difference. It's a little bit difficult to hang on to your bowl sometimes when you've got that continuous drizzly rain. Track looks pretty good. That's a good start for Joe Edwards.
That's an excellent start. It's one of the best first balls we've seen.
Natalie very quick on the mat.
Pretty quick player actually. She seems to just get on the mat, get on with it. Doesn't take a lot of time. It's her style, and I have to say it's worked pretty well for her.
Certainly has.
Why even dream of changing it?
Jo on a similar line to her first.
Well, she didn't want to move that.
It's opened up a bit of a gateway there for Natalie.
She definitely did not want to hit that, because Natalie will come up on the narrow line now with a little bit of running. It's given her a really good target to aim for, and she's the sort of player that loves this. Just missed it, but coming through to a good place. Sort of back toucher type ball is almost impossible to beat on a rink that's struggling with lines. It's so difficult to sweep in, but once you open it like that, you provide a different opportunity.
Yeah, it looks very inviting.
It does. There's 3 to the Kiwi, but Natalie will be attacking this. Damage limitation. Jack through for 2 would be good.
Looking good. Needs to hold.
Got a chance on the edge. She got it. Well, the Jack's out. Ball went with it up to a point, but I have a feeling she's come out with a shot. Only just got it on the back on the way through. One stage it looked like it was missing.
Jack just coming out to the side. I'm not sure who's got shot. All the bowls there about a metre away. So these players with 1 bowl each left.
You could probably aim almost directly for this and it'll hold all the way up, but you have to give it the extra weight. It's the extra weight that's critical. That's the number 1. That's a very good ball to an offset Jack under these conditions.
Natalie looks like she's given this a good push too, giving it a chance. Won't be far away from sitting Jo's bowl.
Oh, I think she's got it. I have a feeling she got enough of it. Looks like 1 to England for me.
Very close. I think it may well be a measure.
Both players seem to carry their own measures and just get on with it.
Is that last bowl of Natalie's? Sitting shows, may have pushed it out far enough.
I just think she has. Oh, if that's close, they'll call for an umpire. When it gets that close, you have to call for an umpire, surely. That's too close to call for a player. Surely they'll call for an umpire on this one.
As we mentioned earlier, both these players have a lot of respect for each other.
Well, 1 to red, as it turns out.
I find players, they try to avoid calling the umpire unless absolutely necessary. If they can feel one bowl's a little closer, just on the touch, they'll...
Well, you're absolutely right. You know, there is this respect between the 2 players, and we certainly thought it was 1 to England, but as it turned out, it wasn't.
A little bit across the head, but pretty good weight. Natalie's line looks good.
And it's the best first ball that she's played. Exactly. At last, where's it come from? And that will relax her.
A little bit of a smile from Jo too.
Well, I think Jo needs to really work double hard with this ball, because She won't want Natalie to follow that one up. That's the only thing can happen. I often see that where a player who's been down gets a good ball in, the opposition suddenly goes off for a bowl or two, and they take the opportunity to put another one in. I'm surprised Joe's not playing the forehand. The backhand's not the most reliable. She's going to crunch it. Good ball, good second, but I just couldn't see her getting the shot in the backhand.
No, it did look like it was going to be easier to sit that ball through on the other hand. But she's made contact. She's got a good second in there.
This is close. Doesn't want to disturb it though. We've got to touch her, but it's more important to get a second shot.
Looks like it may well be second.
It's indicating one at the moment, the blue. Well,
I think Jo will stay on the same hand as she played her last one now.
there's only one danger. Well, she is line second. There's only one danger in the backhand, is that she could make the gap and just click her own ball out. Well, Monagle comes in useful. You see those distances. A lot of players use it, of course, in the para, in the games where they B2, B3. See English players getting behind Natalie. There's a little danger in the backhand. She goes through the gap to click her own ball out. Just dropped on the inside. Weight was good.
Yeah, he wasn't playing the kind of weight that would do too much damage. It's John Bell.
Yes, he's behind in the stand. Actually, you're only allowed one official down there, so the women's manager, coach, Gail, is up at the other end. John Bell will be taking over as the chairman of the board of World Bowls Limited when their meeting takes place in a week or so.
Coming down on a forehand, Natalie wants to slip just underneath that short bowl of Joe's. She's not far off. That was a good effort.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that now that John's taking on that role, whether it's even possible for him to hold the manager of England. It's a busy role, and I'm sure there'll be a few people interested in that post.
Oh man, just a fraction, man.
15-3 now, after 12, but unfortunately this weather continues to annoy us and the players.
Natalie's brought the mat well up.
That's a good jack. Yes, I thought this would happen the last time when she got the single shot. She only moved the mat up a few yards. Now she's brought it right up the rink just to try and improve her own game. I don't think she's even worried about Joe Edwards' game. I think she's more concerned about just trying to get her own leading balls close.
Yes, well, sometimes making a dramatic change like the length or changing the side of the green just helps you to focus, refocus.
It's the wrong side of the ball, that's pushing it closer. That just straightened up all the way.
It certainly did.
Didn't even make an effort to draw on the bias. Well, these greens are good, don't get me wrong, in terms of the length of grass. I've got them really shaved down, but they're not getting a chance to develop in this weather.
Natalie looking like she'll just get the inside edge of the bowl. Yep. On 2 at the moment. A little bit of a vulnerable position where they're sitting.
Well, I think she'll still be drawing to it. You know, she hasn't needed to use the heavy shot so far. But she just needs to reach in this line. She wants the ball solid, got the split, second ball. Can't really chase second ball all the time though. She'll be looking for the shot.
Natalie looks like she's taken a slightly tighter line too. If she can just trail the jack a touch.
Better with this. Gap doesn't do any harm either. Sometimes you're better being there with a little gap. I'll tell you what, I think that's the first time in this match that I've seen Natalie put 3 deadweight balls down.
Yes, she just needs to find a line a little bit better. The weight was very good on all 3 occasions.
Well, when you change the length like that, it is all about improving your own game.
Jo close with this.
Still holding. There it goes. You see it just holding off all the way. Oh, look. Where's the bias? What's happening? Why isn't the ball bending?
Good opportunity here for Natalie. Wants to
Look
be
at that.
inside.
Look.
Oh, won't let go at all.
Oh, dear me. Natalie will be shaking her head at that as well, because that's just, well, it doesn't help the players. She's asking if she has 2 seconds. If I was Joe, I would come down and have a look at that, just to make sure, because she wants to drive it with 2 seconds available to her. But the way this hand's playing, she could take her own 2 out and lose 4.
Oh, that's right. She's going to rely on it turning enough.
And she's going heavy at it. No, sticking to very controlled weight. Not sure if this one's going to hold the line though.
May hold for the second shot of Natalie's there. Oh.
Yep. Taking 1 out, damage limitation. But that's 2 ends in a row for Natalie. And she is what I call, in many ways, well, she's a very good player, there's no doubt about that. In fact, she's better than good, she can be brilliant. But what adds to that is that she's a real scrapper when she gets into a fight of trying to win a match. You know, she digs in deep.
Well, the whole match over good bit now. Back. Right, wee bit back. That's you. Down just a wee bit. Just a
Natalie bringing the mat right up close to minimum.
You know, 3 good weight balls, I think, can increase that possibility of happening again. That's a little bit on the short side. I think it's okay, but they might have a little look at it. Depends how close she is to the minimum distance mark. Well, there's been no questions asked, so must be okay.
We're starting to let go now, so it's just her weight. Jo playing the other side of the green.
Yes.
Good weighted ball from Jo.
This will change the lines, of course, being so short and the mat being so far up. It'll change the lines of the normal 3/4 that they have been playing. 3/4 to full.
She's thrown this one a little wider.
Didn't push it. Now there's a chance. That was a mistake, because anything past the jack was good. She'll be very annoyed at forgetting to push the ball.
Natalie hoping not to run into that bowl of Joe's.
In some respects, Jo will be thinking to herself, why wasn't I up even more now?
She'll need to reach with this one. She's played it a lot tighter, but that side, as we've seen, can hold.
Yes, the line's pretty good. It's all on the weight at this stage. It certainly looks a lot better. It's a good ball. Two definites. And Natalie, well, she'll be tempted to have a little runner maybe at this, but there's a lot of holes and gaps. No, sticking to just arriving on the heavy draw weight. Much better line this time. Got a chance. Surely got a chance with this one. Good second.
Very good ball, just a touch short on weight. It would have held up right onto that jack then.
It was about 8 inches short.
It's last ball stuff
Thanks
though.
for resting on the jack.
Make it difficult for Jo to get anything more than 2 on this end. Anything more than 1 on this end.
It's got a bit of work to do, this one, to get back from there. Here it comes. Oh, looks like she's made it. That's a great second ball.
A terrific ball from Jo.
Where did the draw come from? It's been struggling. Natalie was, I think she's surprised that that ball came back. Yep, 2 it is. Oh, that was a great delivery. Honestly, didn't look like it was possible, because some of the earlier balls have just been holding. I think it was Natalie's reaction actually after it, as if to say, well, where did that draw come from?
Here it is again, Jo's first bolt that came in close to the jack. A little touch up, and then her final bolt. Just slipping in there again.
It's just Natalie's reaction to it. And I thought, well, she's in total agreement with me. She didn't think that was even possible to draw back from that line.
Good opening bowl from Jo. Just a couple of feet in behind. A little bit longer in than what the last couple that Natalie was thrown, but Natalie's found her weight on this very well.
Good starter. Well, to give the crowd all credit to actually being out there. They have suffered the indifferent weather for this gold medal match.
Looks quite tight watching this come down, but that is the hand that's holding.
Not reaching. Now she's in trouble. That's what she wasn't doing earlier in the game. She was arriving with the second ball, putting the pressure on. But she's left an open draw for Natalie. This will bend back if she has the weight.
Only going to just sneak past Jo's. It's still a couple of feet to the jack, that last one of Natalie's.
I have to change hands onto the forehand. I don't think this one's anywhere near it. Dear me. Line and weight gone awry.
Shake of the head there from Jo.
Needs to keep her concentration. I noticed she walked off after the first delivery to coach up on the bank, and then comes back and plays 2 horribles. Break of concentration sometimes doesn't help.
Very good ball of Natalie's then, making 2.
Much wider line with this. Don't think she's pushed anywhere near it though. Nope, dropped it again. That's the way Natalie started off the game, and suddenly Jo has played an absolute horror picture of an end. I expect Natalie to pick up a 3 here. She's got an open draw. She's played the backhand well with 2 balls. There's no reason why she can't add the spare shot.
So nice track to the jack on that hand, on that backhand. She has the same weight. Doesn't look like she's going to reach though.
Oh dear me, that's really surprises me. No danger whatsoever, and drops 5-6 feet short. Very unlike Natalie Milner. She has scratched about a bit in previous matches, but played some brilliant balls to get out of trouble. She's a class act, but she's just struggling a little bit here at the moment. 17-6 is a good lead for New Zealand, but she's not over the line.
Looks good from Natalie.
Starting to get in with those first balls now, and this is, although it's a long way back for Natalie Milmore, a sign of danger here. Oh, hello. It's a little wave. Saw herself on the big screen.
Holding Clyde.
Yes, absolutely.
Bad line of Joe's either. Needs to come in now.
Needs to reach. Good effort. Very good effort. Still think it's 1 to England. She's markers indicated she feels that it's New Zealand. But we'll see.
This looks good from Natalie. If it can let go now, touch that jack. Oh,
Well,
that might have made a
sideway touch.
difference.
Yeah. It's probably moved it 1/2 inch. That's close. Those rings are right in the middle. Very close. Yeah, that's good decision on the marker's part. Indicated the measure.
It's 1 ball past Jack high.
Jo will play down on her backhand, trying to either nudge her bowl up or sit the wing bowl of Natalie's.
This is as much about Jo Edwards now in terms of her mental toughness. She's lost 4 shots in the last 4 ends and picked up a double, but there's just signs of Natalie Milmore coming into this match a bit more. And I'm not sure she's just got enough time.
No, she's let the score get away a little bit, but she's certainly one tough competitor, Natalie. And she certainly will give it everything she has.
That came across into a bad place.
That front bowl of Natalie's not really in the way, but Jo needs to let go now.
Needs to hurry more like. Little touch. Well, she's not only got a touch on her own ball, which actually has probably dropped out, but she also got a touch in the jack. That was a good ball. That was a really good ball.
Here it is again, just a little edge onto the jack, touch sideways. May still only be 1. May only be 1 to New Zealand. Probably not a lot in second shot.
Chat with Gail at the back, and I know it's a bit of a hobby horse for me, this, but with the experience that Natalie has of winning a gold in Delhi and all the various events she's been at, I question whether really singles players should be asking the coach what to do. Or maybe she's looking at affirmation, but they're actually discussing the shot, and they're, well, taking some time over it. I'm not sure about this. I've always felt a bit funny about it, because if you're good enough to be selected in the singles, you're good enough to play in it, and without help.
Well, I tend to agree in Natalie's case. And most of these top players here at the event, they learn how to play the game. That's why they're here.
Gold medal Commonwealth Games. She knows more than how to play games. She knows how to win it. It's a class act, this girl. So, you know, it's maybe there's a bit of affirmation about, you know, this is what I'm thinking about playing, and what do you think?
Well, there was a little bit of danger in that shot, taking her own bowl out, but
Don't let the anguish get to you, John. It's John McGuinness. You know, it's not good news, but you know. Joe can do with this. She has to be just a little bit further on the outside to rest the ball off. If she gets the split, and that's what she's probably looking at, it is possible to get a 4 if she gets a split.
she needs to just miss that front one of Natalie's. She's under it, she's got her own. But
Don't think she really committed to that, because the split was on to get her own ball and the other ball, move the jack across, and could have got 4. Understandable though. Happy to take a single and move on. Joe Edwards has been honoured many times down in the southern hemisphere. We haven't seen her much in the northern hemisphere, but she has not disappointed, I have to say. I don't think we've seen the best of her, but that's the same really applies to quite a lot of players here because of the conditions.
well, that's true, David. The conditions here are certainly very trying. We've seen some wonderful bowls played, but this weather where it's, you know, on and off rain is just making it very difficult for these two very established players. Good opening bowl from Joe.
I think it was the same in the semi-finals as well. They just didn't get. Well, they played some really good bowls, but what it has shown me is the other side of things, the psychological side of Joe Edwards, and how tough she is to come up here and play under these conditions and do it in a successful manner. You can only beat what's in front of you, and she's done that all the way so far.
Yeah, she's done what she's needed to do to get through the matches. She doesn't show a lot of emotion when she's playing. She just gets down and gets on with it.
Bit pacey. Should have looked at that when she delivered the ball, but she's got a bit of a flyer on delivery. Another chance for Natalie to draw one close.
It's a good line.
Certainly looks better. She's going to the jack. Well, that's good. Looks like it's number 1.
Was a nice shot for Natalie. Appears to be 1.
Just an edge on the jack is all she needs.
It's a lovely delivery from
Oh, I think that might just have gone through, actually. She needed a touch in the bowl or a touch in the jack. Didn't get either. 1 to blue.
Natalie will be hoping to just sit inside those 2 bowls of Joe's. She doesn't want to get the back edge of the jack. She's across the head.
And short. Well, it's a lost bowl, that one. There's no value. Jo will be looking to play something similar to her last and hope for a little touch in the jack. That's all she needs. Or to rest the bowl off.
Yeah, she wouldn't want to change much from her previous delivery. She's tracking well.
Wrong
Needs to let
side.
go.
Yeah, needed that weight on the inside line. It would have touched the ball out. She would have had a match lie. So I think it's going to be one to England. She has to be a little bit careful, but I think she's played under the line again. Well, not her day. But it's another shot on the card by the looks of it.
It's just showing though the must be quite difficult.
Looking at this, actually, the marker was very certain, but it's only an opinion. And Joe's going to oh, was that ball's out, so it wasn't that one that was involved. Measure for shot with this one. That surprises me. The other one was closer.
It did appear that way.
You can't really tell, of course, from our position. Yep, one it is. I think the mat will go up the green.
Full match cross, half a mat. Thanks, you, that's fine.
It's amazing to think about 18-7. We've seen it before in singles. You know, a couple of 2s and a 3, and all of a sudden the game can change dramatically.
Well, we've seen that happen here in a couple of matches. The one-siders look like they're well and truly on their way to winning the match, and all of a sudden the changes completely with a couple of good ends. That's a good opening bowl for Natalie. Lovely shot. Hiding the jack from view.
There's the short bowl, and that's always going to be a difficulty whenever you've got a front toucher against you.
Natalie looks like she is reaching again,
This is good.
which is good.
I'm sure that front bowl actually even touched the jack. It stopped very, very quickly, and so did that one.
It pulled up a lot earlier than I thought it was going to. This looks like it has an improvement on weight for Jo.
It's coming across a little bit as well, but it's in for second.
Natalie looking good. She doesn't want to open it up. Oh, that's better. Oh, a little. You see the jacket a little now. That's still difficult to get to.
Pardon? It's one ball short to jack high.
There's nothing easy about the weight shots on this rink. Every time you put weight on, you just feel the ball's trying to fight against it. There it goes again. And it's a short ball. She wasn't reaching with that, with 2 against her, and I can see Natalie putting another one in here, and suddenly this game could change.
Well, once you get to double figures, especially, sometimes you can get a little spur along. Maybe enough.
No, it's not enough, but we can look where it's finished.
Yeah.
That is a total nightmare ball for Joe Edwards, because even no matter how much weight she uses, even if she punches that into it and Jack goes through, she's going to lose threes. No back positions, 3 short balls. Had to push it well out. I don't think there's anything out there for her. Did its best to get back, and in fact it did get back. But she had to stay so far away from the second shot.
Mark indicating 2 to Natalie.
And suddenly we're into 18-9. It's been creeping up.
We have seen this previously from Natalie. She string quite a few good ends together towards the end of her matches.
She scored 7 shots against 3 in the last 7 ends. So there's signs of this comeback, but it's really all geared to the first ball. The first ball has been the one that has been doing the damage.
Not sure that Natalie's opening bowl will reach this time. It's tracking well, pretty close.
It's not bad. The green will be changing again. The rain has gone off, and I find that the green just picks up a little bit. This is better. That's the best first ball for a while.
Yeah, she has been struggling with the opening bowl for the last few ends, so she'll be pleased with that one. Natalie will need to get the edge of it. Very good effort from Natalie. Joe, looks like the line's pretty good again.
Just wants to slide past, doesn't want to touch it too much. Well, she's opened it on the forehand. She really wanted to miss the jack.
How far in front of the jack is that?
One of those good, bad bowls.
Yeah.
Giving Natalie a bit of a look at the jack.
Well, she's given her a bit of a sniff on the forehand, which wasn't there before. This is the big ball now in the third delivery. Wants to do it with this one, and she's running after it.
Has a ball sitting just in behind.
She's waving at it. Oh yes, that's a shot ball. There you go.
Natalie.
That's the problem whenever you move the jack out. And now suddenly, instead of Joe being in a position of actually drawing for the match with her third ball, she's having to take out the England ball. Bit unlucky with her second delivery, really.
Well, she was. It was a lovely bowl, but little edge on that jack. Normally we love that, but
This is going under. She needs to be quicker than that. It's short and tight. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Oh well. It's a bit of a problem for Natalie. She needs another ball in. She's aware of that. Doesn't want to be too heavy. Take her own ball out, but at the same time she has to reach. Bit of a conundrum for her, but I think she'll know that something similar to her last, even on the line, would be good.
Even slightly short on the line would probably be good since she's holding shot, but she's across the head.
She is across the head. And I think Joe might be wise to come down here and have a look at this just to think about it. You know, 3-4 yards is enough to hit that ball out and still stay. Natalie's other two balls are at least 2 feet away. The alternative is to drive it out, take the 2.
Playing with better weight. She's reaching.
It's just holding off. So the extra weight. I was thinking it might have been tempting for her just to drive the ball off.
Try to make 2 out of the end and
take the 2 and say, well, you know, 1 more, that's enough. Biggest problem was the second ball coming in, opening the jack up, and that's something you don't do with Natalie Milmore. You don't let her see the jack. It was a much harder shot when it was sitting just in front the Kiwi ball.
Yeah, that's fine.
And the scores. I think they're checking the score and things here, aren't they? So,
Natalie having a little chuckle. I'm not.
well, 18-10 after 19 ends.
Dropping a little short with her first.
It doesn't really matter about the ends at all. Doesn't matter getting to 21. And I tell you what, this has been a bit of a struggle for Jo in the last 6 ends. She's been sitting on it. She only scored a single. Scored a single since 17-4, and now it's 18-10. Might be different if she was sitting on 20, because then you're expecting Natalie to have maybe just 1 loose end and you could score, but always a chance of picking up a single. But she's looking for 3 shots.
If this pattern continues, Natalie's certainly still in this match.
Very much so.
Some loose balls so far on this end. She'll be looking just to come around that.
Yeah, good ball. Just drifted on a little bit. She'll be delighted to have missed the front one. Natalie will be up with us, has to give it a chance. Yep, it's a good looking line. Her balls will swing from there. They're quite strong bias. There it is.
It's a good correction.
I mean, she's starting to get into the game. That third ball again has been critical to her. Oh, is she reaching? I doubt it.
A little tight as well.
Did that with her third ball last time. Just tightening up a bit in this game. You know, she had played a really good first ball the last end, and trying to get another one close, opened it up, gave Natalie the chance, and now Natalie's line a single. Repeats that, and then suddenly this game could change.
This one's looking very good. Needs to clear that.
Yes, that's number 2. Well, that's what we're saying. You know, it's remarkable how things can change in a match. And I just wonder, will Jo be tempted to play a runner down the channel here?
Oh, she struggled with the draw weight with her first 3. So she's probably looking to do something different.
Well, there's a channel down on the backhand for the drive, but it's not easy to get. It's very narrow.
It's between Natalie's two front bowls she'd be hoping for. Oh,
That's the problem with a short ball. 2 more. It continues. This isn't over yet.
there's that shot again. Just clipping the edge of the short bowl.
Just a little bit, please. Perfect, thanks.
Natalie be feeling a lot more relaxed now, finding some form. Good opening bowl from Natalie, good weight.
It just stands off, doesn't it?
That side has been doing that all match.
Well, there's potential for this match to go on for a little while, to say the least. But the medal ceremonies will follow very shortly afterwards, within 10 to 15 minutes. Natalie Milmore still trying to defend her title and fighting very hard to keep it.
That's a lovely shot from Natalie.
Malaysia won back-to-back goals in the singles and the women's, 2002, 2006. England's trying very hard to do the same.
Jo bringing her line in a little.
She has to be up though. And she is. She's up enough. That kicks out a little bit there. Just at that length, you think you're good, and all of a sudden it just moves over. Now, Jo, in the last few ends, has played her third bowl tight and short. See if she can give this one a chance.
It's looking like it has good weight.
Don't think she's reaching, but it's pretty good. Oh, she's up enough. I thought it was just going to stop about a foot, but it's about 6 inches away. And that's the best 2 bowls she's played for a while.
Certainly is. Here's that last bowl of Jo Edwards again. Drawing up. Doesn't need to run into anything. Enough to count.
Puff of the cheeks. It's the best end she's played for probably in the last 6-7 ends in this match. And Natalie, well, not sure if she's got a lot of choice here, but to attack this makes a difficult draw. The forehand, the jack's available, but it's very narrow with the front bowl. The backhand, she's got a chance of the 2 bowls, but if she's a little bit wide, she could clean out her closest one. So, level of difficulty, 9.5 out of 10.
She's reaching. Not with big weight, just controlled weight. And it's not going to let go for her.
It just doesn't let go at all there. It just stays out and out and out. Well, Jo Edwards line 2 shots. There's not a lot of room there, I have to say, to win the match with this delivery. She knew right away as soon as it came out of her hand that it wasn't going to bend back. You know, it's just so hard to get that line absolutely right with weight. Jo's bowl has actually just fallen out to her furthest away bowl, but she has to draw within probably 8, maybe 10 inches. to win the gold medal and to take it down to New Zealand. It's been a while since they've won gold singles, so oh, this is massive. This is absolutely massive. Very hard shot though.
She could touch her initial bowl up just a little and perhaps sit there to count without doing any damage. We'll soon see.
She's down on a decent line, but I think she's been very careful with it. Oh, she hasn't pushed it. Oh, so far away, she must have known it.
We thought two's not too bad. Puts her within one.
There comes a time when you have to be careful, but there was a risk there if she'd have hooked inside and got an edge of the jack.
Yeah, Natalie's had one reasonably close just in behind and a couple not too far behind that.
So 2012. This is where the heart rate goes up. The nerves start to jingle a little bit.
Gonna pick up the jack.
It's a decent starter when you need a single.
Not staying with the jack, but nevertheless a very good opening bowl. Natalie just a little short with her delivery then.
The rain is off now. Big crowd in the main stand just behind this match.
Jo changing her hand due to that bowl of Natalie's on the run in. A little bit across the head, but still good weighted bowl, enough to count.
And she's got a strong bias bowl. This is making an effort, this one.
Certainly is. Little edge on that bowl.
She came off it and she was carrying a little bit of weight, but she had to make sure she was there. It's a very good bowl.
Jo with 2 seconds will be certainly giving this a chance.
Well, again, it's all about the line here because the weight's pretty good. It's a good place. I just wonder, will they be tempted to play the backhand, but she's not, sticking to the forehand.
Finds the gap. It'll end up in a good home.
And that's the weight she had really with the previous ball, but caught the Kiwi ball very solid. Got to be tempting to run the ball off, but she knows if she plays over the weight by any more than 2 or 3 feet, it'll just stay on the high, won't break back.
Just playing a little over the draw, similar to her last.
Oh, it's bending very quickly though. There it goes. It's just going to drop inside. She was just trying to draw it off. I think she had another 2 or 3 feet with that, and she would have been perfect. It's going to be another shot gone.
Natalie will be a little careful with this one. She doesn't want to run the jack back to Jo's waiting bowls.
Sticking on the forehand. She knows that there's a bend on the forehand. Or just something that's stuck to her bowl. Get rid of that. There you go. Little sticker. Obviously it started to come off. surprised in this weather. Well, she had to push it out wide, and to be truthful with you, I'm not surprised, because any movement on the ball and jack there with pace and she would have been in trouble. It's another single. She's not out of this just yet. ends 2013, 17-4. It looked like it was going to be all over within about 1 or 2 ends, but here we are.
It's just showing the fighting spirit of Natalie, which we spoke about in the beginning of the match.
Yep, 8 ends later, still here, still fighting, and even possibly a little bit of sunshine has arrived into Kelvin Grove.
Touch. Yeah.
Can see a little blue sky.
Well, it's a decent first one. Yep, very decent first one.
Balls are running on a little freer now that the rain has eased. They were pulling up very quickly earlier in the match.
Just stepped off the mat there as somebody was walking across the back of the rink.
Joe down on her backhand.
Well, this one's all about weight. She got enough to get it back into the head again. Nope. But you're right there, it starts to struggle. It's not an easy line to find, but Natalie's on it again by the looks of it.
Certainly a nice line with this. It needs to hold just a little.
Oh, it will. There it goes. Won't go away much. Joe really can't afford to go chasing here, just needs to keep drawing.
Playing down on her forehand this time. She has that bowl of Natalie's as a guide.
It's all about the weight. Is she up though? I don't think so. Perfect line, drops short. Looks like there's 2 against her. Yep. It's 2 to blue, 2 to England. Natalie picks up a 3 here. Goodness me, this game could change within an end or 2.
Looking good. Will it sit down in time? Just running through a little.
Joe not coming up to have a look. That would be her normal way of playing.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't visit the head a lot. Unless she's really unsure of what she wants to play. She probably knows she just needs to add a little bit of weight to her last.
Is she running this time because the line's good enough, but is she struggling? I think she is. Yep, she's not reaching, and you cannot score shots if you're not there. There's always a chance of coming off the side bowl if you're running a little bit, but certainly looks like 1 in the measure for 2.
Had she missed the edge of her bowl, she may well have had just enough weight to sneak in.
Yes, I think she would have. Natalie no choice but to try and push this out a little bowl wider and hope to sneak around her front one. No, she's not going to run, but I can understand her dropping a little bit with that. I was, not a time to push the Kiwi ball over.
No, definitely not, but she probably had a pretty good line with another foot of weight, may have come in to count.
Well, no, even 1 shot here, 2014. A lot of the pressure will move across to Joe Edwards. She has to give this one a chance to punch her own ball in or to come off the side ball.
Well, she really has nothing to lose by.
Oh, nothing for short. Definitely not. Big ball to win the gold medal from Jo Edwards from New Zealand. That looks as if she's a little bit narrow to me.
Not reaching, it
Well,
appears.
the weight wasn't too bad. Yeah, well, she's tightening up a bit, I have to say, the second half of this game. And, you know, she's had now 2 or 3 chances to play a big bowl. And to be honest with you, the way that was sitting, I thought that was a really good opportunity.
Well, certainly she had the wing bowl of Natalie's to work off or sit through and her own coming in.
Oh, that's well in. Oh, this game is getting very interesting now. Jo Edwards, well, I have to say, in command at 17-4, and now 20-15, and she's had a few chances to put this match away, and she hasn't managed to do it. And if Natalie Melmore, who has a reputation for grinding out a win from nowhere, wins this, goodness me. Oh,
Well, she will well and truly deserve it.
it'll be totally amazing. I'm not going to use all the cliches that they could possibly think of, but this is a remarkable performance, I have to say. So many shots now. She scored 11 shots. They came back from 17-4. 11 shots she scored against, only losing 3.
Shows the determination of this young lady, doesn't it?
Can Jo Edwards keep her nerve?
And cut a little across the head, but
It'll swing big time. She just can't nail it going this direction.
both bowls taking quite a tight line, but I think Natalie's going to come in on this occasion.
There's another one there. The crowd are going to get behind this. Now this fight back from Natalie Melmore. It's Pip Brandfield, ex-English internationalist I've played against many times, part of the coaching and performance staff in England.
Looks like Jo's giving this a bit of a chance. Needs to hold a little more.
Not reaching. Second ball though. I would suggest that the Kiwi supporters and management are getting more than just a little bit nervous at the moment.
Very good ball of Natalie's there in behind.
Just the one.
A bit of protection if Jo does pick up the jack. May well go to Natalie's bowl.
Tell you what, she might be worth reaching this because the bowl out is good. She's been falling short on occasions, and it's usually a sign of things are getting to her. Again, has she got enough to run? Has she got enough to run and bend? It's a good bowl, but we don't know if it's a shot. And it's sitting wide of the jack. That one just didn't want to move back. It looked to me as if it was getting back to centre rink. Well, it's indicated, the marker's indicated 1 to red. Well, the marker was very clear that it was 1 to red. So that's a match lie. That's a gold medal lie for Jo Edwards. She's had chances to win the game, but she hasn't actually been lying match. Oh, looks close to me.
It's very close.
But the marker was very certain.
Natalie can hold her nerve here. It's a Lovely shot for her to trail the jack, set Joe's bowl through.
Yeah, definitely worth reaching with a bit of weight, there's no doubt about that. She can play any weight she wants, she can drive it out if she wants. She's really good under pressure. This is what she does well.
Needs to let go.
Needs to come back now. Big swing on the ball, but it's not made it. And she's going back to Joe Edwards to concede the match. Good friends. Natalie will be very gracious in defeat. But Joe Edwards from New Zealand will take the gold, 21-15 against the defending champion, Natalie Melmore from England. A great effort to defend her title, I have to say. And not only that, but a great effort in this match. 17-4 down, came all the way back to 2015. And believe me, if she'd have got the shot that end, she could easily have moved forward and won the match. But all credit to Joe Edwards. She held her nerve. There we go. Hugs all round with the management. So Joe Edwards from New Zealand wins the gold medal. So 21-15. It was a good game, Sharon, I have to say.
Well, it was a very interesting game. You know, we looked in the early stages like Joe was certainly going to run away with it, but then here's a few shots from early in the match.
Yes, Natalie started off the game with just picking up the jack and things, so being very positive as she had been, but then Joe started to turn it on and played some wonderful bowls.
Joe promoting her bowl into a lovely position, 2 shots.
Yes, that was early in the game. There was a lot of damage being done by the Kiwi when it was raining. There you go, that's another one. And she picked up 3 there, but actually it ended up being a 4 as it turned out.
Natalie, lovely back edge on that bowl of Natalie's then to come in for shot.
And then things started to change just a little bit after this end. That was the double. Natalie Melmore playing in and getting some good bowls. Joe just pushing her on the jack. The game changed, and from 17-4 it was Natalie Melmore virtually all the way. There's another one going out. This was the comeback. Another double on that end. Joe wasn't finished.
Sitting lovely in there, just nudging that jack across.
That's what it does to the management of England whenever things are going wrong. Not a happy man. Doesn't go right all the time, but it's a good silver medal. Happy gold all the time, can it? Pip Granfield still clapping there. Yep, exactly. Good effort. Congratulations to Joe Edwards, and she will pick up the gold medal for New Zealand. Kiwis just tidy up after themselves. There's a little wave saying 10-15 minutes, folks. The medal ceremony will be on. Join us then.
everyone will die, except for the chosen few.
The Headless Horseman is mowing people down to bring about the end of days.
We must retrieve his head before he does.
The horseman won't stop coming after you until he gets his head.
That was terrifying.
Head down to Sleepy Hollow, Tuesday, Prime.
Should attempt a handspring tuck, 9.9 volt. Yes, immaculate. How about that?
And it took Mickey Jenkins.
The Glasgow Commonwealth Games, live Sky Sport. Coverage brought to you by ANZ.
Well, Joey, it was congratulations, your second Commonwealth Games medal. First one since 2002. It's been a long time between drinks. How does the singles one feel?
Look, it's absolutely fantastic. I had a mare in Melbourne playing the singles, and pleased that I got another opportunity to have a crack. But yeah, absolutely fantastic now. A bit scary towards the end, but yeah, just held on.
Yeah, how were the nerves in the last couple of ends there? It was a good fight back.
Yeah, look, Natalie's she's such a lovely girl and a class act, and I knew even when I had the really, really good start, I thought it's going too good. If just minimise the damage and just score ones are good, runs are really good, and she come on, fair call to her. She come on and drew a number of bowls close in those last few ends.
What does winning gold medal mean to you now?
I think it's just a real pleasing feeling to know that you can still do it. You do it once or twice or whatever, but just to come back again, and I'm one of the old girls in the team now, and the look of bowls is changing, but I still think there's a place for older guys and girls, and not having a crack at the young ones, but they all deserve their place here. But it's a real proud moment, to be fair.
Bowls in New Zealand doesn't get a lot of attention until moments like this. You must be immensely proud to bring it to the forefront of people's minds at the moment in New Zealand.
Look, it really is. The group of players that are here, they sacrifice so much. We don't get paid to come away, and it's all for the love of the game. So I've got just immense. I'm just really proud of the whole team and for doing what they love to do without getting any rewards for it. So it's fantastic.
All right, Joe, congratulations, and we're all very proud of you. Congrats.
Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.